Are you gonna start? Are you gonna start again?
I mean, yeah, I guess I'm gonna start.
Are we gonna leave this part in there where it's me going, are you gonna start?
Which one of us is gonna start? This is scary. Okay. All the nerves just came running up again. Okay.
We're gonna have like a repeat again.
Hello, people of the interweb / audio world. Sorry, I took an opportunity. I had to. This is episode 0 of our podcast, which is weird to say. And you might be like, what the hell is episode 0? Which is because it's like the introduction one to tell you who we are, what this is. Weird brainchild of mine that somehow Beth agreed to do with me before we actually go into the proper episodes. So yeah, that's what I mean by episode 0, because it's not really an episode, but it's kind of like a let's tick off the boxes and explain what this is, yeah?
It's half an episode, shall we say?
It's a child episode. Half a
baby.
It's a baby episode.
We are not affiliated in any way with Wattpad or the authors of the books we discuss. Every opinion is independently our own, and these episodes are just the two of us chatting absolute shite for an hour of our lives. If you have not yet read the book we're about to discuss, then please be warned that these episodes will definitely contain spoilers, and we all know how much spoilers suck. As always, this is intended to be a PG-13-ish podcast, and while you can expect some swearing, we will be censoring Beth's more colourful language, with Sarah saying something hilariously stupid. If you like what you're hearing and you fancy sponsoring us or supporting us, give us a heads up so we can set up a Patreon to support our dream of actually running this podcast. Thank you for listening and enjoy the episode.
So we'll just go into it. We'll just jump right in, and I will let you introduce yourself first, seeing as I started talking first.
Okay, I feel like this crawled up on me, but sure. So I'm Beth. As you can tell, I am the Welsh half of the podcast compared to Sarah, who is undoubtedly the Scottish one.
That I am.
I'm 21, I'm a full-time English lit student, and I've just made Sarah feel really old because her birthday was yesterday and she is now officially 2 years older than I am.
And literally it just dawned on me as you said your age. I was like, I'm old. I'm not old, but like...
Wait, no, technically you're 3 at the minute, aren't you? 3... It's 2.5, isn't it?
Yeah, 2.5. 2.5 is better than 3. So yes, as Beth said, I'm Sarah, and I am old as in because I'm 24. As of yesterday, we recorded this, was my birthday. I'm 24. I've literally just today got over the present Beth got me, like I cried, so we'll not go into that. I am Scottish. I am the full-time adult of this duo because I graduated uni like 2 years ago. I did a theatre and film studies degree, so where Beth can talk about like specific grammar and sentence structure and that kind of thing, I can go off the drama and the story, which is my argument to why we should do this review podcast. Yes, that's a good argument. But yes,
we've each got our own little tidbits that we're going to be bringing to this.
Along with just probably fangirling, because
100%.
We're those people. So yes,
this next episode is going to be wild.
I have some opinions I think you will not like, though. I'm just going to say that as well.
Oh shit.
Yeah, okay, well, but you'll hear that in episode 1. Spoilers.
Yeah.
Ooh, that means you have to listen. So yes, a bit about us. I think we should discuss how we met, because as close as we sound, we've only known each other coming up a year, which is madness. Absolutely madness.
Literally, I was looking at the date the other day when I was looking for your present, because I was originally going to put the date we met down rather than your birthday. The 8th of June.
Oh my... I thought it was like March. Wow. June.
The 8th of June.
That's our like friendship anniversary. That's so strange. I thought it was like March. So like literally, it's like 6 months. We've been pals for 6 months, and we talk on the daily. Like, it's insane.
We've never actually seen each other in person. I think the first time we ever actually spoke face to face was over a video call a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, when we tried to figure out how technology works. And
It was last week.
Yeah. So, yeah. How scary is that? But yes, so do you want to describe how we met, quote unquote?
Right, so if you're listening to this, you probably know that Sarah is currently an author on Wattpad, writing her own series of stories.
Fanfiction. There is there is stories in there as well, but mainly the fanfiction.
The fanfiction is the most important part of this right now, because I was reading her House of Anubis fanfiction, which I highly recommend you check out. It's fucking
we stand
brilliant.
House of Anubis here.
We really do. And I was in love with her story. Like, I was absolutely hooked.
That's just because Camilla's a babe. Just putting that out there. Yeah,
literally. And I think it was towards the end of your first book.
Impossible, yeah.
Yeah, Impossible. And I messaged her and I was just like, bro, this shit slaps. Like, you are such an amazing author.
I think what you were talking along the lines of, if I remember correctly, you were like, you're putting stuff in here that's not going to pay. Like, you could tell stuff wasn't going to pay off in the first book, and I think you were like, what?
So I was just there just like, right, you need to explain this to me, because you mentioned it in passing, but this seems to be more.
Yeah, that's roughly it. And then so it kind of started from there, because Wattpad is a strange place for comments. We're just going to say that. And seeing as that, yes, I've got an ongoing fanfiction at the moment, and I'm quite proud of it. I do get quite a bit of viewers from it. Like, I think the first book is on like 80,000 views or something at the moment. So there is quite a bit of traction.
It is a proper audience going through this series with you.
It does mean that you get some strange messages. I have messaged Beth some of these. So when you get someone who actually
highlight the strange of that sentence,
and that's even
I've
very
seen
polite.
some of these.
But when you get someone like Beth who reaches out, who's just kind of like, wow, can I discuss this as an actual human being? Like, but it wasn't as in. It was nice for me, because at that point as well, because it was still the beginning of this like fiction that was it was so weird that where I am now with this book. But I was like, yes, let me fangirl over my own story with you. And it's kind of, we moved from that, and within like a month we'd added each other on all social media, and now we're just like the bestest of pals.
Literally. Because I think the biggest part about it was, I think what you said to me was, you like me messaging you because I catch the details that you're putting in that nobody else.
Oh, my favourite thing ever is to put the smallest of details in that won't pay off for books to come. Like, in the most recent chapter I posted, there was one of these, and everyone's kind of taken the hint for one thing when I'm like, nah, it's not for like another payoff for a while. But I'm not saying, you know what I mean, but you reach that and then you'll message me and then you'll forget by the time the payoff comes, so I get your double reaction. But there is some times where I'm like, I can't be bothered with subtleties, so I'm just going to put a really blatant, obvious.
Yeah, but then people still don't notice it except for me.
Book 2, full caps. What's this for the Fabian? But yeah, there we go. So yeah, that's kind of how we met. But because, as you can tell, we are very close, and we really enjoy the Wattpad community for what it is, because not only is it a good platform for writers, but it's a good platform for readers as well. And that instant interaction between both writer and like reader is kind of...
It is immense. You build your following from posting on something like Wattpad.
Yeah,
like, I think people forget, like, the 50 Shades of Grey trilogy started off as Twilight fanfiction, and now she's made it into like $1 billion endorsement with films.
The Mortal Instruments series was a Draco Malfoy fanfiction.
Yo, seriously?
Draco Malfoy and Ginny Weasley.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I am learning today. Oh my god.
Yeah, there was a lot of changes from it, but it started off as a Draco Malfoy, Ginny Weasley fanfiction.
It makes so much sense. Oh my god.
So I've just blown Beth's mind. Then obviously there's...
Oh my...
Then there's the infamous After series, so like fanfiction.
Don't even.
I know.
Don't even.
So I've seen a lot of clout about fanfiction, but I'm one of those. I'm like, I like my story, and I have my own OG series that's going to follow on from it, so it's going to be fun. But yes, as you can tell, we are big fans of the Wattpad. Like,
we are also massive nerds.
Which is kind of why this weird brainchild idea of mine works, because I had this idea coming off my first in-person date with my boy.
Your boy.
Dan, hello.
He is your boy now.
I think so. It's just easier to say that. He's yet to deny it. He's talked about buying me a Christmas tree next year, so I'm kind of like, oh, I guess if I'm going to be there for this long, I guess we are a fish now. But yes, we went on our first in-person...
The second best ship to ever sail. Second only to a Jamila.
Oh, we are Jamila stan. Like, we will have a House of Anubis podcast one day where you will understand the love we have.
We will sit down and analyse every single book that you have published.
Or just, yeah, we're going to do the first trilogy, the second trilogy, it'll be great. But yes, so me and him went on our first date. If anyone's listening to this in 2030, we are in the middle of a pandemic. It's not fun.
It's really not.
One day they will study this.
Yeah. Sometime in the future, this is going to be in the GCSE history exams.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be sat there like, what?
I know, they're going to be talking about Ratatouille, the TikTok musical.
Trump's second impeachment.
Don't you love 2020?
2021.
Pretty much. So, yeah, I was on the train coming back and I was like listening to another podcast. Anyone surprised it was House of Anubis themed? No. I'm sure you know which one I'm on about, Beth, but I'm not going to shout it out because I'm not clout chasing this time, even though they follow us on Twitter.
And Instagram.
Yeah. And I was like, why can't we do this? We have great banter, or we think we do. We have far too many opinions for our own good, probably. And we enjoy Wattpad as a platform and as a niche. There is book review podcasts out there, but there isn't like specifically Wattpad ones, because I think Wattpad has such a bad name. Like, the stigma to it, people automatically assume the worst for Wattpad because they're not willing to do the search for good books.
I think the biggest problem with it is it's considered so much as a fan fiction site that people tend to skip over the fact that there are so many original stories on this site that are just absolutely mind-blowing.
So we kind of were like, why not use the internet as a platform to try and just talk about them, maybe push some of these great books out there. Yes, we will talk fanfiction because we are also like those people as well, but why not?
We are in many fan communities.
Probably far too many that I'm like, how do we have time for anything else? But yes, but it's one of those, if we have a voice and an opinion, which we both do, why not use it? Plus,
we really
this is
do.
a niche that no one's yet tapped into, so I say we take it and run.
And run we did.
Oh, yes.
We did a 100-meter sprint with this shit.
We had this idea, second week of December, and we did officially record last week, but my laptop hates the audio, so we are now recording end of January. Like, we got all social media, we got our banner made, we got everything done in like a month.
Not even a month. This was done before we even hit the new year.
Yeah.
31st of December, we had the full 2 weeks worth of posts saved and ready to upload.
Yeah. We had far too much fun launching our social media. And talking of social media, would you like to shout out what we've got and where you can find us?
Right, yeah, so I suppose the biggest one we're going to shout out is our Twitter, innit?
Twitter and Instagram, probably, yeah.
Twitter and Instagram is probably going to be where we're most active. You can literally just find us under the heading, What Are You Reading? Sarah was so proud of this pun, I'm not even telling you. She has not shut up about how proud she is.
I'm not going to shut up about it. We're going to still be doing this 5 years' time, and I'm going to be like, well, I came up with a name.
She is immensely proud of this. But alongside that, we have also got a Wattpad account set up.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not What Are You Reading. We had a bit of trouble with the heading for that. Wattpad did not like us using the term Watty, so you will instead find us under the aptly named Welshy and Scotty Pod, which, as you can probably tell, is our nicknames for each other.
Very original nicknames for each other, because, you know, she Welsh, I Scottish, waha! But it felt right to have a Wattpad account on top of this, and on there we are going to be posting a book of every season, quote unquote, where you can see maybe a little description that we've written, review form as well, where you can find links to the book, links to the author, hopefully links to the podcast. You can also we're going to have a Beth and Sarah favourites list, so you can see other books that we enjoy that maybe we won't talk about in the podcast, but we are reading, so you can kind of have a wee nosy there. Follow us on there as well. I'll probably on that because I'm logged in on it on my iPad, and it's easier than.
We thought it'd be a really great idea. So then, we are going to have a chapter per episode that we put up, and you will actually be able to talk to us through what you thought of our reviews as well through the comment section. So it'll be an interactive version of our reviews.
Yeah. And also, yes, we're more likely to talk on probably the Twitter and Instagram, but that's we're talking about Wattpad. It just feels right to have a Wattpad account dedicated to it as well. And it's in everything's together, you can find all the links. It makes sense. It has a good, cool wee book cover as well. I'm very proud of that.
Once again, something that Sarah is very proud that she created.
I like to play with Photoshop, okay? And editing software. She sees all my weird book trailers.
I really do. They're really great, though. I love it.
Yeah.
I just love getting a little YouTube link and going, ooh, what is this time?
What has she done instead of right? Yeah. 90% of the time. Yeah, literally the message is, did you do this instead of right? Yes.
Yes.
So, yeah. Any more information we should probably give? We're aiming to have the podcast episodes up every 2 weeks. We're saying aiming. We're not giving you dates. We're not giving you a day of the week. We're just going to say 2 weeks ? Then we're not signing a contract or anything.
The biggest problem that we've got here is Sarah works a full-time job and I'm going back into my last semester of uni. We are going to be piled high with real-life world work alongside filming this.
So we've got to try, but you will get stuff. That's the main thing. There definitely will be stuff up there. And you'll be happy to know that when it comes to actually talking and reviewing stuff, other than this episode, we do have a plan. We actually have a structured plan of roughly what we're going to do and talk about, which is talk about characters, talk about plot, talk about writing style, talk about the book as a whole. We have bullet points, because this is a bit of a fluff, let's see what happens, because I feel like just to show our personalities more, the intro needs to be a bit more relaxed. Yeah?
And as you can probably tell, we have both got specific things that we are going to be bringing to the table.
She's very, very good at the English side, as she edits my book.
Writing style will probably be something that I come from.
You might see small things, I can see big picture, that kind of thing, or I might see stuff. That's the thing. We will either be in agreement, or I'll see stuff in a different way, and you'll be like, no. Yeah, we're coming from it in two different things, which I think is going to be quite interesting for a debate. But yeah, I'm proud pretty excited for this. Is there anything you want to add? I mean, we've already told the world our favourite ship is Jamila. None of them will know what that is unless they read my book. But yeah.
We've told them that our second favourite ship is you and Dan.
Don't tell Dan that. Pressure.
Just be like, a Danny boy.
See, I asked him, does he want like a fake name for like the podcast? He was like, why would I want that? I'm like, I don't know. Do you want to be known as Dan? He was like, it's a very generic name, just call me Dan. I was like, okay. I asked.
Okay, whatever.
You know, I asked. But yeah. Anything you want to add, or do you think we've ticked everything off?
I think we've ticked everything off. Should we tell them about the book we're going to discuss first, or should we just leave it in suspense? They have to listen to the next one.
I think tell them, then they can read it, because yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I mean, this book, I literally finished this day of recording today. Beth has read it twice, so she is very hyped up on this book, and I feel like I was going into recording episode 1, which we're going to do after a loo break after this, because I am old, my bladder doesn't like this. Yeah, so why did you announce the book, seeing as you're so excited about it?
Right, so the first book that we have decided we're going to review is by C.M. Fritz.
Love that.
And it's called The Runners. I love that name too. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because it's Wattpad. It just hits,
they have the weirdest names. Like, I feel like I've got the most boring name on Wattpad. It's just my name, but some of the names on Wattpad are great.
I love it.
Fritz just made me think of fritters from the Chippy as well, so I'm like, yes, I like that. But The Runners, that's what we're going to talk about, and it was a Watty winner, wasn't it?
I think it was, yeah.
So yeah, we're starting off.
It was Sarah was the one who put it in our list to review, and I was the one who chose to do it first. Because when you actually look at the description of it, given the fact we're in the middle of a pandemic,
it just
the description of it hit hard.
Yeah. So yeah, that is going to be our first book. But yeah, as an overall, I'm actually pretty excited for starting this. I mean, it's not going to hit home until we actually get listeners. So right now, I just feel like it's like a wee Beth and Sarah project.
It's like it always hits harder when we hit the different milestones. It was like creating the social media, launching the social media,
which we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, doing. We really did. Oh my god, we really did. Recording the first episode. The next one is going to be uploading the first episode.
I know.
And then it's going to be getting the listeners.
I know. It's going to be fun.
Oh my god.
It's going to be fun. Our goal is to one day do a live show at WattyCon in America, because that'd be great. I will be coming out in my hoodie. I'm just going to inform everyone of that now. Expect that in like a year and a half's time. Or 2 years, depending on pandemic. Beth will have her hot chocolate. We're going to be sorted.
We really are.
Cool. So
it's going to be great.
How do we finish this? You can't thumbs up. There's a microphone. She's thumbing up.
I was doing it to you, you dick.
It's like, that's not how we're going to end this. Okay. We're leaving that bit in. Bye, people. We'll figure out an ending eventually.
We'll get an ending eventually.
Bye.
Why are you waving?